Hey, thanks for subscribing to my 4-part video series on how to create wealth through real estate. Now in this first video, I'd like to just share with you, why most Australians end up retiring broke, dead, or dead broke, and what to do about it, and why so few of us actually end up, living the life we really want to when we reach our retirement. One of the most biggest issues in today's society is that, as we know, the government's brought in superannuation many years ago because they don't want to be giving us big pensions, and you're not going to be able to survive on your pension when you retire. So what is the answer to securing your wealth? Well, the government's given us some incentives to actually be able to purchase properties and secure your own investments and actually secure your own retirement income. So what most people don't understand is that if you have the right advice, you can actually use a combination of tax deductions, depreciation, right, and some very basic real estate strategies to create an investment portfolio that you can actually live off when you're retired and actually be able to live the life where you can go on holidays and travel and do all the things that you want to do. Now, the reason so few people do that is because most people, believe it or not, even after they watch these videos and they hear all the information, they do nothing, right? They never get themselves started. And of course, if you don't do anything, then you don't get any, you're not going to get any results. The key to this is you've got to get started early. Let me ask you a question. How would you like to buy your neighbor's home, right, for what they paid for it 20 years ago? Would you buy your neighbor's home? The answer is, of course you would. And not just because you don't like your neighbor, right? It's because you know that 20 years ago, that property was worth a heck of a lot less than what it's worth today. And property basically constantly goes up. Doesn't always go up at the same rate, but over time you will see, properties that I know me and my parents bought for $150,000 are today worth $2 million, $2.5 million. Imagine if you had 3 or 4 of those today. So the key is to get started and get started early. We've got a little, that's the media actually coming to see us and filming this video because they want to learn the strategies as well. So anyhow, so the key is to get started early. Now, the way you get started is by, first of all, understanding that you have to become responsible for your, retirement. And the government is not going to give you enough to survive on. That's because more and more people are retiring, right? And also less and less people are working to support the people in retirement. I don't know if you knew this, but going back 50, 60, 80 years ago, there was 12 taxpayers for every person that was retired. By 2020, we're only going to have 3 taxpayers for every person that retires. So of course, you're not going to be able to, get a big pension because the government's got to pay things like, healthcare and defense, education, and all the other things out of the budget as well. So that's why it's up to you to create your wealth. So my first lesson to you is take responsibility. Whatever you do, make sure that you start your real estate investing strategy and you start it early. You start it today or as soon as possible. That's my message, and I'll see you on the other video.